Hey everyone, welcome back to how... Oh, I need to close the door. Hey everyone, welcome back to How to Train Your Gavin. Today I have another hectic round of Play Your TBR Right for you. This one is going to be for July 2021, which actually happens to be the 1 year anniversary of Play Your TBR Right. Yes, exactly 1 year ago in June, I had that crazy idea of ripping off that British game show Play Your Cards Right, and I ended up losing poorly in the very first round and read two books that I never ever wanted to read. So from the beginning, this game was a curse. We kind of aren't celebrating 1 year of Play Your TBR Right in this video. I want to do something a bit more special next month. The reason why I'm not doing a bigger TBR video is because I am moving house. So all month in June, I've done a terrible job at reading, at vlogging, at doing all of the things I've needed to do because I have been under the stress of trying to get my own place, which I have finally managed to do, but I haven't moved in yet. I haven't even got the keys yet. I'm just all up in the air at the minute. Oh god, I'm losing my mind. So this is going to be a little bit of a cut down version of Play Your TBR Right, only because I failed spectacularly in June, and trying to put even more pressure on me in July will be a bad idea. Saying that though, there's already quite a bit on my TBR. I haven't even played the games yet. So if you're new to my TBR game, it is based on the British game show Play Your Cards Right, where I pick two books against one another, a book I'd love to read against a book that I pick from the TBR Bag of Dread. I put 5 cards between them, and then I have to guess higher or lower than the card in front of it. And then if I get to the end, I get to read the book I wanted to read, but if I lose, then I have to read the book that I didn't want to read as much. I have a whole playlist of videos that I will put in the description box. It's a very fun game. I mean, yeah, in hindsight, it's a fun game. Usually at the time, not so much. And especially not for editing Gav, because I do make his life hell. However, I promise to be good in this game. I promise. So this round of the game is definitely hectic because I haven't even picked the books that I really want to read. And honestly, I don't know. I'm just winging it. I'm just going to wing it as I go on with this video. So I do have the obligatory books that I'm reading, as well as the rounds that I played with my patrons. All of those books are decided, but everything else, it's just going to be an improvised round this game. I'm sorry about that. There is definitely one readathon I really want to do in July, and that is Summerween, which is hosted by Olivia from Olivia Reads a Latte and Gabby from Gabby Reads. They are doing Summerween, which is like a spooky readathon in summer, and it runs from July 2nd to July 8th. There are prompts and things to do, sort of challenges that you can complete. So I'm really excited for that. I really hope that my moving wars have ended at that point and I can actually get back into vlogging, because it would be great to be able to vlog Summerween. Yeah, we're gonna see how things go. So I do have some spooky books that I'd love to read for it, which I might try and fit into the game. That gives me a good idea of how I'm going to play Your TBR Right, actually. So thank you, me. Thank you, present me, for giving me that idea. So let's get into the books that I have to read in July. So the first book is City of Rust by Gemma Fowler. This is the middle grade monthly book club pick, and this one is a sort of sci-fi middle grade. I believe there is a gecko, because there's a gecko on the front, but it's like a robotic gecko. It is a bio-robotic gecko called Atty, and that just sounds incredible. I know Jade cried when she read the synopsis. This one follows Riley, who dreams of winning a drone race, but then her dreams get crushed, so she ends up joining the Junkers, and they are people who mine the rubbish that orbits Earth. However, there is a huge trash bomb which is headed for Earth, so Riley has to, I guess, save the planet with her bio-robotic gecko Atty. It sounds fantastic. Cannot wait to read it with Middle Grade Monthly. We're going to do a live show for it at the end of July on Jade from JD Reads' channel, as well as a reading sprint where we're going to try and read this in the one live show and see who reads it the fastest. It's going to be hilarious, I hope. I am competitive like that. I will want to finish first. So yeah, this is the July's Middle Grade Monthly pick. Do join us if you can. So Aaron from Booked and Busy asked me and Jade if we would like to be part of the Busy Bee Book Club in July. She's ended up picking a book that has kind of intimidated both me and Jade. We've both been a little bit scared of reading it. However, we are finally going to be reading The Name of the Wind by Patrick Rothfuss. And this is one of my most intimidating adult reads of all time. One, it's huge. Two, I know for a fact the author has not finished the series yet. So I'm really scared. But I do know a lot of people absolutely love the series. All I really know about it is that it follows someone who I think goes to a magic school, I think. Yeah, so it says this is the tale of the magically gifted young man who grows to be the most notorious wizard his world has ever seen. So Yeah, that's all I know about it. I might have to read this in chunks. I might have to read this in itty bitty chunks throughout the month. So the next 3 books are books that I want to read for a vlog series I want to do, and that is How Well Disney Adapts Stories. And I want to start off with the golden age of Disney, and there are 3 films in that era that was inspired by books. So we have Snow White from the Grimm's Complete Fairy Tales, we have The Adventures of Pinocchio by Carlo Collodi, and then Bambi, A Life in the Woods by Felix Salten. So I want to rewatch the films from that Disney era and read the books and stories and see how well Disney adapted them. It might be a silly vlog idea, I don't know, but I love Disney so much and I really wanted to do this for a while, so I thought July would be the perfect time to start that. I am doing a Disney watch along with my patrons and we're going to be watching each of the films in the Walt Disney animated classics world. I'll be doing each era each month, I think, so it's just going to be so fun. I cannot wait for the first one. It's going to be so good. So speaking of my patrons, we do play Your TBR Right live every single month and they actually turn the cards for me in the comments. We actually didn't do bad, but that was because we did 3 rounds instead of 4, and in the main game I'm also just going to do 3 rounds instead of 4 because I do have quite a lot on my plate in July. So we actually ended up losing 2 rounds and winning 1 round. One of the rounds we lost was for Siege and Storm and Ruin and Rising by Leigh Bardugo. So I was just wanting to read Siege and Storm, but then I pulled out of the bag the Shadow and Bone trilogy, and I'd already read the first one, so that meant I'd have to read both of them. So I was like, oh, so it's either I read Siege and Storm or read both of them at the same time. So I'm going to be reading both of these in July. These do follow Shadow and Bone, and I feel like a lot of people know what that series is about. It was just made into a Netflix series, and I'm excited to see where the series goes. I did enjoy the first book to an extent. I think I gave it 3 stars, maybe 4, I can't remember now, but it was a good time. I had a blast reading it, and I think the next 2 will be just as good. I'm excited to get to the Six of Crows duology though, so I'm kind of glad that I'm reading these. But yeah, this was a round that we lost, and you know what, I was fine with it. Then I think we played Adam 2 by Alistair Chisholm. This is an upcoming sci-fi book from the author of Orion Lost, which is a book that I absolutely adored. I thought was fantastic, and it was up against 2 of the Lewis Barneveld books. Now we ended up losing the round, so I'm reading both of the Lewis Barneveld books by John Velez and Brad Strickland, but I also really need to read this book in July because I'm interviewing the author at the end of July, so I can only read this when I've read these 2, so that's not too bad, right? They're quite short. It does follow a young boy called Lewis who goes to live with his uncle who is magical, and Lewis doesn't realise that he also is able to perform magic. There's more to it. There is a witch next door called Mrs. Zimmerman, and I really enjoy the series. I mean, they're not fantastic, but they're a fun time. I think this is book 6 and 7, and I read book 5 last July or something. I think it's been a year since I last read a book, so hopefully I can get straight back into the series. In Adam 2, it does follow a robot who wakes up on Earth, I think 200 years after a civil war has broke out between human civilization and robots, I think it is. And Adam 2 is a robot that wakes up after 2 kids end up finding him accidentally in an abandoned building. So it sounds really good. I heard it has a lot of twists and turns, just like Orion Lost did. So I'm excited. I'm really excited. So yeah, I need to add all of these to the TBR too. So the last round we played, I don't actually own the book for it, but we did end up playing the Patreon book club round, and we are reading The Martian by Andy Weir for our Patreon book club in July. And it's perfect timing as well because Steph from Steph Loves is doing its Sci-Fi July, which isn't exactly a readathon, but it's just something fun that Steph is doing, and a lot of people can join in as well. So I'm going to try and join in and read The Martian for that. I do know it's one of Steph's favourite sci-fis, so it'll be great to give that a read with my patrons and see how great it is. I don't really know what it's about though. I did have a synopsis for it, but I do know that there was a movie that was based off of it with Matt Damon, I believe. We discussed this in the live show and I totally forgot already. It looks pretty good. I'm excited to read a sci-fi, especially with Adam 2 on my list as well. Going to be all the sci-fi in... Oh wait, and we got City of Rust as well by Gemma Fowler. It's a Sci-Fi July by accident. So let's get to the main game then, and I'm so sorry if this is not as exciting or dramatic as it has been the last few months. As I said, I've been really busy, and I'm going to be busy again in July, but I will be doing 3 rounds of this instead of 4 or 5, as, you know, Filming Gav, aka me, likes to do. So I am just going to do 3, I promise. I'm just going to stick to the 3, and we're going to see how it goes. So I will put the wins and losses on the bottom. I believe I'm now at 10 losses and 11 wins, so it's neck and neck. If I get to 20 losses, then I'll have to play the punishment pyramid, but if I get to 20 wins first, I get to wipe the slate clean and read whatever I want. So let's hope we get that win, or not if we want the drama. So time for the first round of Play Your TBR Right then. The first book I would love to read is The Halloween Tree by Ray Bradbury. This is a middle grade spooky novel which will be perfect for Summerween. This one has some fantastic fantastic illustrations too. Look at that. It is perfect. This one follows the shadowy carapace clavicle mounds shroud. Oh my god, this is a middle grade and I'm struggling with a name. Like, as he takes 8 trick-or-treaters on an unforgettable journey to find their missing friend, Pip. So travel through space and time from the tombs of ancient Egypt to the gargoyles of Notre Dame Cathedral, all the way to the cemeteries of Mexico on the Day of the Dead. Is Pip still alive? And can his friend save him from a ghastly fate before it's too late? I don't know why, but it just sounds a bit like Trick-or-Treat but for kids, you know, the horror film. I don't know, because like the different locations sounds a little bit anthology-like. I don't know though, but it looks fantastic. So that's a book I want to read for Summerween. Okay, I hope if we get anything in this bag, it'll be a horror. So it will still fit Summerween, so if I lose, it'll still fit. Or like something spooky and atmospheric. I spoke too soon. Oh, it's Mr. Mercedes by Stephen King. Why is it always a Stephen King book? So this follows a retired cop who is tortured by the memory of a case he never solved. And it also apparently follows the perpetrator of that notorious crime and is preparing to kill again. It does sound interesting. I need like less pages and less adult books in July just so I can get through my TBR because busy. Okay, let us play the very first round of Play Your TBR Right July edition. So, time for the first card. It is a 4. Ooh, lovely. It's nice and low. Nice and low. I'm going to say higher than a 4. Higher than a 4 it is. It's 6. It's a 6, but it's kind of precarious because that is like in the middle-ish. So, I think I'm going to swap it. So, I get 1 swap per round. Yeah, 1 swap per round and 1 life in 1 game. So, I don't want to use my life this early on. So let us swap the 6 for a 7. Fuck, that makes it worse. Oh shit, I've dropped it. Oh no, I dropped it. I can't find it. It's just a 6 again. Jokes. 7. Fuck. Oh man. So I've kept the cards out that we played with during the Patreon rounds, and we did have a lot of high cards. So I feel like a lot of the high cards have been taken out of the deck. So that could be, there's a good chance of it being lower, but there's also still a good chance of it being higher. Oh man, oh no. Fuck. Oh, I'm going to say higher. I'm going to say higher than a 7. Higher than a 7. It is, oh yes, it's a jack. It's a jack. Okay, it's a jack, so it's higher. And I'm going to say lower. I mean, it could be a queen or a king, but I'm going to say lower. I will say lower than a jack. Lower than a jack. It is a 9. Oh my god. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. One last card, and that could be anything. That could be anything. Oh. Oh man. Oh shit, it's the last card as well. I can't use the life when it's the last card too. If I lose this, I lose it all. That's my rule. If I get to here, I can't use the life. I can't use the life on the last card. Okay. Why do I give myself these rules? Why? Oh man, I'm gonna say lower. Oh god, it could be high. I'm gonna say lower though. But it could be high. Lower than a 9 it is. Oh yes! Oh my god, yes! It's a 7. Oh my god, I thought it was higher for a second there. Oh, I just automatically assume I've lost every single time. That was so close. Oh gosh, first half it almost had me. That means I get to read the Halloween tree for Summerween. Oh, isn't that like the perfectest cover for Summerween? It's got all of the fall vibes and got the jack-o'-lanterns in the tree. Oh, I'm so happy. Thank you. So I kind of just want to fill this all with Summerween books. What else do I have that's dark and scary? Yeah, I'm going to play an adult book because it's definitely one that I really want to read. And I think that would also be perfect for Summerween. And that is Grady Hendrix's The Final Girl Support Group, which I think follows the sole survivor of a massacre. Years later, and she's having therapy. I think she joins a support group of other last female survivors of massacres. And then I think one of the members from the support group ends up going missing or turns up dead. Yeah, one of the women misses a meeting, and Lynette, who is the main character, her worst fears are realised. Someone knows about the group and is determined to take their lives apart again, piece by piece. I loved My Best Friend's Exorcism. And I did enjoy the Southern Vampire Book Club's Guide to Slaying... No, the Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires. And I liked Horror Store as well. But My Best Friend's Exorcism has so far been my favourite Grady Hendrix book. So this is the one I really want to read, even though it's an adult book. It's actually not too bad. Like, the writing's not too small. And it'd just be perfect. Perfect for Summerween as well, I think. I mean, I will try and fit things into prompts and stuff. I didn't actually check properly before I started this video. But fortunately, I think it will, because I can just bend anything. Right, cards. Okay. Oh, wait, no, I need to get this book out of the bag first. Okay. Let's see what we're up against. Okay. Children of Virtue and Vengeance. Not too bad, actually, not too bad. So up against it, we have Children of Virtue and Vengeance by Tomi Adeyemi, and the only reason it's in the bag is because it's been so long since I read the first book. I feel like I should reread Children of Blood and Bone first. However, I can't possibly do that. I can't possibly do that this month. I'm also a little bit scared because I did really enjoy the first book, and I didn't hear the greatest of things about this one. So I'm a little bit scared, I'm not gonna lie. But I won't be too mad if I lose and I have to read it. Why do I keep forgetting where I put the cards? Okay, let's play the second round out of 3. Like, I'm sorry I don't have more rounds in me. I mean, I'm already seeing the TBR pile stack up, to be fair. And then with moving as well, that's just going to have to stay on the floor, I'm afraid. Let us play the second round. Okay, first card is a 6. Oh, that's a shit card to start with. That is a shit card to start with. Ooh, do I want to swap it? Not really. No, I will. I'll swap it. I'll swap it straight away. God, what a terrible start to a round. Swapping the 6 for an ace. Oh my god, the highest or lowest card on the deck. Yes! Okay, that's great. So I'm just going to say higher. Let's just say ace is a 1. So let's say higher than an ace. It is a jack! It is a jack! Awesome, which is quite high. And I was probably going to say higher than a 6. Like, if push came to shove, I would have said higher. So I probably should have just said higher. I wouldn't have... Alright, it doesn't matter, Anyway, I'm going to say lower than a jack. Lower than a jack it is a king! Fuck. I should not have swapped. I shouldn't have swapped. I'm going to use my life now, though. I will use my life now. Because honestly, I don't even know what I'm picking for the last round. So it's not like it's something that I'm desperate to read. I'm rather desperate to read that one. I'm really excited for it. It's like one of my anticipated. So I'm using my life here. So that's my life gone. And I don't have any swaps either. So I'm going to say lower than a king. Lower than a king. It is a joker. Oh my god. Amazing. It's the highest and the lowest card, which means it doesn't matter what the last one is. I've won this round. I'm going to say lower. It is a 3. Excellent. I've won. It took a life, but I won my second round. Get in. This was a round of bad decision making. I should not have swapped. Never mind. I am reading The Final Girl Support Group by Grady Hendrix, and I'm really excited about it. Guys, I seriously haven't picked my last book. We need to make it a really good one. What's spooky? Spooky! Summertime together, yeah, it's even closer. That's the way it's meant to be. Oh, we're just getting started. Come and join the party. You deserve the same as me. Yeah. Let's take it to the beach, take it there together. Let's celebrate today, 'cause there'll never be another. We're stronger this time, we'll be in there for each other. Everything's just right. Everybody on for a while. No real summer has just begun. Let's rock and roll and just let go. Feel the rhythm of the drums. We're gonna have fun in the sun. Now that all the hard work is done. Everybody one for all and all for one. All for one, woo! Okay, I think I'm going to go with The Legend of Skeleton Man, which is a 2-book collection, so I think there's 2 books in one. They're only around about 120 pages each, so it's almost like 2 Goosebumps stories put together. Oh, that could have been a good show. I could have picked my favourite Goosebumps book to reread. Never mind. But this one is by Joseph Bruchak. This one follows Molly and her father always had the best stories. One of her favourites was The Legend of Skeleton Man, a gruesome tale about a man with insatiable hunger. But ever since her parents mysteriously vanished, those spooky tales have started to feel all too real. And then a stranger shows up and claims to be her great uncle, a ghostly thin man who locks her in her room at night, a man who reminds her an awful lot of Skeleton Man. Oh, it just sounds so good. So that one is going to be the one I want to read. I think it's going to give me all of the spooky Summerween vibes. Okay, let us pick the final book from the bag. Oh, fuck. Another Stephen King. Oh man, I wish I hadn't used my life now. Needful Things. This one is a chunky Stephen King book. Have you seen the size of it? It is, fuck me, it's over 900 pages long. Oh, I should not have used that life in the last round. It's because I have so many unread Stephen King books. I always seem to pull one out in every TBR game, and I never want to read them at that moment in time. Give me one moment in time. What have we got to lose? Nothing. We've got nothing to lose, really. Right, let's go. Let's just go. Let's make this a really good round. Everybody, please help me out. Help me out. Shout higher or lower. Let me know how to play this game, because I don't know anymore. First card is a 10. Okay, 10. It's nice and high. It's a nice and high card. However, that could also be a nice and high card too. That could also be a nice and high card. I want to say lower though. I will say lower. There's more chance of it being lower. There's more chance of it being lower. So lower than a 10 it is. Oh, fuck. Oh, no. Already? Could you not have given me a chance? Could you not have given me a chance, really? You had to be a queen. One round had to go tits up, didn't it? Yeah, I don't have a life. I should have probably swapped, but it was a high card. I'm reading Needful Things in July. I doubt I'll read it for Summerween, because Summerween's a week long and this will take me all month. And this one says there is a new shop in town run by a stranger, and everybody who goes in seems to get exactly what they want. There is a price, I think. There is a cash price, but there is another price. There always is when your heart's most secret desire is for sale. And it sounds good, but I just... You know what, I also wanted to keep some vacancies in my TBR as well, so that if I did fancy reading something during the month, I would. But looking at my TBR, to be honest, I don't think that's a possibility, considering I only read about 7 books in July by the end of it. I mean, there's still a couple of days left, but still, I mean, I might finish 8. I'm a little bit scared of all of this. Well, that's just the way the game goes, isn't it? So that was my TBR game. I hope you enjoyed it. I did, kind of. It's always nice to get back into this video every month. It's always a lot of fun until I look at the stack. You know what? It's fine. It's fine. I do want to do something a bit more fancier for the 1 year anniversary, so do stay tuned for any announcements for that, because I don't know what I want to do for it, but I want to do something special. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Please leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you haven't already, let me know your July TBR in the comments down below, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!